Hello, my name is Cédric. I'm the head of the Software Technology Lab at Avnet Embedded. Welcome to this new embedded software session. Today's episode will be about developing an application in Python using SimpleSwitch. During the last session, we created a small project in C that was not doing much, but was a great way to introduce you to most of the possibilities that you get with the SimpleSwitch VS Code plugin. Today we are going to create something more complex involving some GPIOs and MQTT communication. Let's get started. First, we connect over SSH to a SMARC module, and I want to show you what containers are installed. Here we have a Mosquito container, which is basically a MQTT broker, and MQTTX Web, which is a tool to send and receive message to a MQTT broker. You need to install these two containers. The links to the documentation with their respective setup are in the description of this video. Now we can move forward and create our project. So you just hit F1 and then you select the location of the SDK. Then we wait for the sourcing to be finished. Then you can change the name of your application. For me, I'm just gonna leave it to my app. And then I rename the container to SimpleSwitch-Python. Okay, then I select the Python template and I enable the debug. You can just press enter, no need for an extra arguments, and then no need to change the source directory. So now we go to the output tab and we select SimpleSwitch. We want to see what's going on when we package our container. So let's hit F1. And we run the package tool, and it's running a tool to detect what are the different possible entry points to our project. Here there is only one, which is a Python module in the source directory. So you can just select it and hit enter. So packaging was successful. Let's deploy our new container on the system. We hit F1 and it starts. Let's go to the source. We have the breakpoint, and this time we hit F5 to start the debugger. And as you can see, the debug message is displayed, and we are done. But it was a bit short, right? Let's try something else. Let's make this project a bit more interesting, and let's toggle a GPIO. To do so, we need to add two libraries to our project. So first we import GPIOD, and then we import SimpleCoreIO. These two libraries allow us to abstract the access to the GPIOs. Then we're gonna write some code here to take the ownership of GPIO4, and then we set it up as an output. Finally, we set the default value to 0 volt. In the loop, we change a bit the code to toggle our GPIO every second. And then we can finally hit F1 and repackage, and then again and redeploy. So now we press F5, we start the code, and we can see that on the feature connector 3, pin 11, if you check with the multimeter, you will see that the value is changing. Perfect. First part of the project is done. Then what we want to do is to add MQTT support to the project. So we want to basically control the GPIO over MQTT. So we're going to install a new library, a Python library on the device, paho-mqtt. So press F1, and this time you select install extra packages. Then you enter paho-mqtt, and in the output you can see it was installed. So now we're going to do a bit of coding to connect our software using paho-mqtt to the MQTT broker, and then when a message is received, trigger GPIO4. So let's do it. Okay, now we are done. Now we can repackage and redeploy. We add a breakpoint in the function onConnect and we hit F5. And you can see that the return code in the RC variable is 0, so we are connected to the MQTT broker. At this point, we want to use MQTTX to send some message to trigger our GPIO. So you can see it's running in my web browser. So we create a new connection that we name SimpleSwitch. Then we set up the IP address of the board. Then we change the port to 8883. Finally, we can hit the connect button. And now we are going to subscribe to all topics. We want to see everything going on the system. So we just hit new subscription and set up with hash to listen to all communications on the broker. Now we create a message named test and set its value to 1. We send it and back to VS Code. Nothing happens. I forgot the breakpoint. Okay, so let's add the breakpoint in the function onMessage and do it again. Okay, now I change the value to 0, send the message again, and this time it was well received, and we can check that the value of the GPIO changed to 0. So if you check with the multimeter again. Then we send a new message, this time with the value set to 1, and we hit the breakpoint. Again, check the value, and again, if you check the GPIO, depending on the type of EP file, it should be 1.8 volt. So, you see, everything is working smoothly. We are done with our small project. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this session. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel not to miss any of the upcoming videos. Thank you again, and see you next week.